two men in it, the Olympic champion and the defending champion, and that is a storming run.
Track and field is the most honest sport in the world. No excuses, no halftime adjustments. Just you, your lane, and the clock. You've trained for years for these few seconds, and then it all goes wrong. A stumble, a wrong pace, a gap so big it looks impossible. And yet, against every odd, the comeback happens. These are the races that leave crowds breathless, commentators speechless, and opponents wondering how they lost. Today we count down the top 10 most shocking track comebacks of all time. 10. Heather Dorniden, 600 meters, Big Ten Indoor Championships, 2008. The 600 meters is unforgiving. 3 laps indoors, where the turns are tight and the margins are smaller than a blink. Heather Dorniden, running for the University of Minnesota, is in prime position with just 200 meters left. Then disaster. Her foot clips another runner's heel and she slams into the track.
Oh, wow. Dorniden went down.
Hardwood burns her hands. The rest of the field is already halfway down the back straight. Most runners would jog it in, but Dorniden doesn't jog. She launches. She drives her arms like pistons, swinging wide in lane 3 to pass 1, 2, 3 athletes. The crowd at the University of Minnesota Fieldhouse erupts. In the final 10 meters, she powers past the leader and throws herself across the line.
Left from the outside. Dorniden coming on strong. Dorniden all the way. Dorniden.
She didn't just win, she rewrote the definition of never giving up. 9. Paul Ereng, 800 meters, World Indoor Championships, Budapest, 1989. Paul Ereng had shocked the world once before, winning Olympic gold in Seoul the year before. But indoors, against specialists in tight turns, few believed he could win, let alone break records. The race goes out fast. Ereng sits calmly in the middle, letting others burn themselves early. With 1 lap to go, he's still stuck in traffic. The leader's pulling away, but as they hit the back straight, Ereng's stride opens. His 6-foot frame devours the track. In the final bend, he threads between 2 runners and bursts into the lead. The clock stops at 1:44.84, a new indoor world record.
Look at the Olympic champion. It's absolutely breathtaking. He's stormed up to Barbosa, and Ereng has gone past. Barbosa holds on. There are only 2 men in it, the Olympic champion and the defending champion, and that is a storming run. Look at the clock, 1:44.85.
In the space of 26 seconds, he'd gone from a fading medal hopeful to a world champion again. 8. Mike Franks, 4x400 meter relay, Canberra, 1985. The 4x400 meter relay is as much mental warfare as it is raw speed. When Mike Franks grabbed the baton for Team USA in Canberra, the situation looked bleak.
And so to the final leg, and Mike, in a terrible confusion there.
The Australians had the home crowd roaring and a lead that felt just out of reach. Franks didn't panic. He spent the first 200 meters holding steady, studying his prey, conserving energy for one decisive strike. As he came off the final bend, the transformation was instant. His turnover sharpened, his knees lifted, and the gap began melting with every stride. The noise in the stadium swelled as the meters disappeared. With 15 to go, he drew even. With 5 left, he exploded past, chest breaking the tape as the Aussies watched their sure win slip away. It wasn't just a victory, it was a theft in broad daylight, pulled off with timing, nerve, and a finishing kick that belonged in the record books. 7. Andrew Lloyd, 5,000 meters final, Commonwealth Games, Auckland, 1990. The 5,000 meters is often called the chess match of distance running. Every move matters, and one mistake can cost the race. Andrew Lloyd, the Australian underdog, knew exactly what he was up against. Kenya's John Gueï, the reigning Olympic champion, famous for breaking opponents with a brutal, unrelenting pace. Gueï went straight to his signature tactic, stringing the field out and forcing runners into the red early. For lap after lap, it worked. By the bell lap, he had a clear, comfortable lead, but Lloyd, biding his time, had been inching closer, one measured stride at a time. Down the back straight, the gap shrank. Into the final 100 meters, it was half a meter, then a quarter, then nothing. The crowd roared as Lloyd threw himself forward, chest out, snatching victory by 0.08 seconds. The stadium erupted. Against all odds, David had toppled Goliath and done it on one of athletics' biggest stages.
The gap has narrowed to about 6 or 7 meters. Lloyd takes off after Hamer and passes him. And now Andrew Lloyd takes off after the Olympic champion. Lloyd is buried
6. Floria Gueï, 4x400-meter relay anchor European Championships, Zurich 2014. France's women's relay team was out of medal position when Floria Gueï took the baton. She was over a second behind. For the first 300 meters, the gap barely moved. But down the final straight, Gueï transformed. Her face tightened with determination, her cadence nearly doubling. She passed one rival, then another. Then, impossibly, she lunged past the leader right at the line. Her split was 49.71 seconds, almost 2 seconds faster than her best. The commentator's stunned cry, "But that is not possible," became part of track folklore. 5. Lasse Virén, 10,000 meters final Munich Olympics, 1972. Midway through the Olympic 10,000 meters final, Finland's Lasse Virén was running smoothly in the lead pack until disaster struck. A collision with Tunisia's Mohamed Gamoudi sent him sprawling to the track. By the time he was back on his feet, he'd lost nearly 20 meters and precious momentum. But Virén didn't panic. He methodically reeled the leaders in, lap after lap, his stride calm and efficient. With 3 laps remaining, he surged to the front, setting up a dramatic finish. On the bell lap, he unleashed an astonishing 56.4 second final 400 meters, lightning fast for such a grueling distance. He crossed in 27 minutes, 38.4 seconds, a new world record, from sprawled on the track to Olympic gold, all in the space of one unforgettable race. 4. Phil Healy, 4x400 meter relay Irish University Championships, 2016. When Phil Healy got the baton, the race seemed over. She was 80 meters down. Even the commentators sounded resigned. But Healy ran as if the gap didn't exist. Her stride was relentless, her form perfect. She picked off one runner after another, the crowd's disbelief building with every meter. In the final 10 meters, she passed the leader and crossed first. The commentator lost his mind. From the depths of hell, she's come back.
CC on the outside as well. It is the leading of UCC. Hardy on the outside. It's unbelievable. She's out on her feet. God, it's unbelievable.
The clip went viral, cementing her as Ireland's fastest woman in more ways than one. 3. Quincy Hall, 400-meter final, Paris Olympics, 2024. The men's 400-meter final in Paris was stacked with talent. Quincy Hall came off the final bend in 4th, his medal hopes fading, but Hall had one more gear. In the last 30 meters, he exploded, shoulders pumping, eyes locked on the finish. One by one, he reeled them in. He crossed first in 43.40 seconds, the 4th fastest Olympic time in history. It was a masterclass in patience and timing, proving you're never out of a single lap race until the line is crossed. 2. Felix Sanchez, 400 meters hurdles, London Olympics, 2012. Felix Sanchez was 34, written off as past his prime. His last Olympic gold was 8 years behind him. Injuries had piled up, and the field was full of younger stars. But in the London final, Sanchez ran like it was 2004 again, smooth between hurdles, strong on the landings. As they cleared the final barrier, he powered forward, crossing in 47.63 seconds, his fastest time in 8 years. He broke down in tears, clutching a photo of his late grandmother. For Sanchez, this wasn't just a race comeback, it was the redemption of a career. 1. Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone, 400-meter hurdles 2022 World Championships. The women's 400-meter hurdles final in Eugene was stacked with talent, but Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone turned it into something else entirely. She hit hurdle 7 slightly off stride, losing a fraction of momentum, but her response was unreal, accelerating over the last 100 meters like she just started the race. She crossed in 50.68 seconds, breaking her own world record by almost half a second and leaving the rest of the field looking stunned. It was less a race and more a demonstration of sheer dominance and composure under pressure. And that's a wrap. Which comeback blew your mind? Drop it below, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss more jaw-dropping sports moments. Thanks for watching.